Alrighty, guys, super excited to present to you today on my perfect gym model. So, over the years, as you guys know, I had 3 facilities and I recently sold them, working with, over 200 people each week at the moment. I did a post during the week that got a lot of comments, a lot of people reaching out to me, a lot of people emailing me, asking me to give a little bit of context about what I meant about having a dream model. Now, to put this into context, if I ever opened a facility again, I'd only have a goal of having 1 facility because there's other things that light me up outside of fitness. So, if you're in a position where you want to open multiple facilities, that's amazing. Go get it done. You can do it. This model is just having 1 facility where you can go in, you can work from, and you're really leveraging your team to do it. Now, this model, right, when you pull it off, is going to have a revenue of $1.3 million per year, not including a couple of auxiliary sales, including your Myzone, your supplements, retreats, and your Lbe Sales. It's going to be a fucking amazing business, right? Now, guys, if I opened a business again, a fitness business, I would only target people over the age of 35, right? In all of our testing, in every bit of marketing we do, that market is the absolute best market to hit. So we've got fit over 40, fit over 50 that works really well. Obviously, the pricing structures that I put in place will really be tailored around that person to help them absolutely change their life. So first of all, guys, would have like a group training concept, right? We'll be looking for 150 members for that in class sizes no more than 20 people. Now, when you pull this off, because we're going to add a lot of like lifestyle to it, is they'll have their training. We're only going to recommend 3 training sessions per week, and they're going to have training sessions they do outside. Because in this facility, we're not going to be getting like a 700-800 square meter facility. We're going to be looking around that 350 to 400 square meter mark to really be able to tailor in where we do our consultations, the group training, and then also the personal training aspect, which I'm going to cover in a second. Right, I want you to, when I'm mapping out this facility, guys, is the reason why I only put in where they get access to 3 classes per week. It's going to be $80. There's going to be a lot of coaching and retention outside of that, is so we can control our class numbers. And I don't believe for this certain type of population that they have to be training 5, 6, 7 days per week, especially when they got a family, they got a job. We want to get them active and moving outside as well. But by having 150 members, guys, at $80 per week, that's going to give our business a revenue of $624,000 per year. So that's going to be the main focus of everything. That's going to be the building block that we're on. We need to make sure, right, in this model that because you have like an ascension model, a cross-sell model, right, is that group training is absolutely pumping. It's got the very best coaches and the very best retention in it. Now, on top of this, guys, because I'm targeting that 35 plus market, right, I'm going to add in one-on-one personal training because from my experience, when I first started in the fitness industry, right, I was a one-on-one personal trainer and we had a one-on-one personal training business, right? So I know for this market that one-on-one training is really going to hit the sweet spot because you're going to have people who would like to do the groups and like to do community. We're going to have people also, they might necessarily have some injuries, something we need to work on. They might just, essentially just have fucking more money, right? And they're like, hey, I want to do 3, 1-hour sessions per week, where we had clients in our business doing that and they wouldn't even blink when they're paying us like $400 a week, right? Because they want that service. They really want that premium service, right? So in this model, guys, we're going to have 3 personal trainers averaging 20 hours per week with their one-on-one personal training. It'll be priced at $118 per hour, and that's going to give us an extra revenue of $368,000. So you're going to have your group training, right? And then you'll have an area for your one-on-one personal training. It's going to be kind of functional training, TRXs, little barbell squat racks, and things like that. Obviously, guys, if you have like a really, really good personal trainer, it's fucking super piss easy to pull this off. And especially if you have systems for the training, right? You're obviously mapping out like their 12-week cycles and things like that. That'll probably be the easiest part of the business to grow because I don't think that people are hitting the personal training, the one-on-one market enough. I work with a lot of people at the moment who have personal training businesses. And when you get that marketing dialed in, it just grows incredibly quickly. Everyone's going down the route of that functional training and things like that. And I think people too often are missing the power of one-on-one personal training and how special it is and how good the retention is, and that there is a massive market for it still. I think everyone's going too far down that kind of functional training, group training route. So then we've got like the real cause of the business at this stage, right? We've got our, our group training, right? Bringing us about 620K a year. We've got our personal training. We're going to have to build this up. Obviously, it's not going to be like this from day one. Personal training, 60 hours a week. It's giving us another 368K a year. So just this alone, guys, is a really fucking amazing business. And if you just pull these two things off, we talk about in life about just keeping your business super simple. If you pull just those two things off, you're going to be in the top 1% of gym owners, right? But we want to create a couple of legacy plays here, right? And the next thing I want to add on, and it's not incredibly profitable, right? But if I had my dream business, I started again, I would 100%, right, add kids training to it. Right, when we price up our kids training, I want it to be super affordable, be $20 a class. I'm not doing this to make a ton of money. I'm doing it so I can change future generations. Right, so we know that like obesity and children being overweight across the world is a massive issue, especially Australia, especially America, right? And you've already got their parents in. You've got their parents in for the PT. You've got their parents in for the group. You add in a kids training model, right, where they just come in after school. You've got enough room for 20 kids, right? You run that 5 days a week so you can change the future generations, right? And you can change it from the ground up by getting them fit, by getting them healthy, by helping them fall in love with fitness and not, sit on YouTube or fucking play video games all the time, right? Is that you're changing the future generations. And that's why I'm so passionate about kids training. If I ever started a business again, it wouldn't be have kids training to make massive tons of money, right? It's for your legacy play in this facility, right? And that will bring you about $60,000 a year. By running that, you still will make money off it, of course, because we're not going to run anything at a loss. And then you can also add in holiday camps and things like that if you wish, but I'm not going to present on that today. Now, the next one that you really want to add in, because you've got this 35 and above market, they're doing PT, they're doing their group training model, is a model that we ran called the 1%. Now, this is essentially a really high level of accountability and support on their nutrition and on their mindset. Now, guys, I want you to set a goal if you're going to run this model. You're going to price this package at $5,000 for 24 weeks, right? It's going to be a very, very life-changing program, and it's going to be with your very best coaches, or if you're deciding to run this yourself, it'll be, potentially with you, and then you can outsource it down the line. But by adding that in, guys, you've only got to sell like one every 2 weeks, and that's another 130K in revenue. Now, the reason why we know this will work is because we're attaching into the avatar heavily, right? We know once you hit 35, 40, 50, right, they start to value their health more, and they start to promote their longevity, right? It's not about just coming in and fucking smashing yourself every week. They care about their kids, their grandkids, what their future looks like, right? And they also have more expendable cash. They might own their houses at this stage, or they're very deep into paying their mortgage. They're business owners. They're not worried about paying this $5,000 for 24 weeks because we've mapped out a program, right, which will show them with a person that they will become at the end of it. And this is going to really complement your best clients. It's why it will be for the 1% of people who really want to make those massive lifetime changes, right? And really go a lot deeper into their psychology of nutrition, why they make the decisions to do, what kind of person they want to be with their health and fitness. It's going to add a really, really nice layer to your business, right? That really, really helps people on top of the personal training and on top of the groups as well. And here's where the kind of spicy thing comes from, right? And this is kind of what I'll do differently. So instead of, opening a second and third facility, right, you've already got this one facility. If you pull all of this off, guys, with the next layer of just having 50 online clients for those that 40 to 55 market, paying you $69 a week, that's another 179K. And that gets you to $1.3 million. Now, guys, everyone watching here, when you set this up, because it's going to have like not a massive amount of staffing, the expenses are going to be pretty controlled. You are going to be making like $30,000 a month on this business on average, I'll predict, right? Sometimes more. It's going to be absolutely insane. So it's like, do you really need more at that stage? Do you need another gym? Because the gyms that I opened, a lot of it was for ego, right? Because a mentor that I had at the time had like 13 gyms. It was an ego thing that I was chasing him, but it really didn't make me happy. And that's one of the things that I realized like a lot later in life, is that being happy and the things that you chase, is there's reasons for this. But if I had my time again, it would be this one facility, guys, with the online model at the end, which would be $69 per week. We get another 50 people on that. It's another $179,000, right? So this business is going to be absolutely insane. You come in, you've got the single facility, you can work from there, you can do your consults from there. At this stage, you can pick up a few other side projects and things like that. You're going to have an absolutely amazing business. And if you want to go bigger, guys, I would seriously think about, instead of wanting to have 50 online clients, why don't you reach out to my friends from like Systems by Design and go, hey, how do we get 150 online clients? Because one of the things that people don't understand is there is nothing better than owning and running your own gym, right? It is like, it's your home, it's your safe place. You get that connection, which you don't get in online training. So one of the things you have is, I know how happy and amazing it is to run a gym. So if you want to have a gym, let's make sure it's turning over that, 1 million, 1.2, 1.3, and it's an absolute killer business that is crushing it for you. And then if you want to make more money or essentially help more people, that's where you can venture into the online world. Because one of the things that it's going to be easier for you is, because you have, right, the gym running and you've got full-time staff and everything's going well, you can start to leverage your current assets, especially in the sales cycle, and then also as well in the delivery, which makes delivering these online programs a lot easier, because you already have the staff, you already have the infrastructure, right, where then you can systematically grow it. And you could grow to 200 online members if you wish. Probably going to predict, guys, everyone watching this, if you even just pulled off the 1.3 million dollar business, you would be happy there. I'm telling you, it'll give you great happiness of just being able to hit that and then maintain there. And there might be a few other side projects that pop up along the line. So I'm going to cover a couple of other things that will be added to this business to increase revenue, but I didn't want to, make this presentation too complex. So just to cover it again, you've got 150 group members paying you $80 a week. That's $624K a year. Very, very easy, right, to implement and to get to 150. I'll tell you that because I've worked with hundreds of people who have done it. That's not absolutely out of this world, going, hey, you need 300 group training members and things like that. The next one is having 60 hours of PT. And because you're targeting the right niche and you're going to become an authority in this area, again, very, very easy to implement, right? You get 3 really good trainers, you got a nice sales process, really solid, marketing systems for it, is you are going to be able to get this 60 hours of personal training, which is going to give your business another 360K. So you're already at that 7-figure mark nearly. You're just like a little bit under. Then on top of it, kids training. But kids training, it's not going to be a massive revenue stream where you're making tons of money. You'll make 15, 20K a year on it. But it's going to be your area to change the future of our society from the ground up. You can grab them when they're, 9, 10, 11, 12 and teach them about healthy eating, teach them about being mindful, make them fall in love with fitness. And we can fuck them off from those Jake Paul, all those bullshit YouTubers, all those games, Fortnite and stuff, and go, hey, they're really good, those games. And if you like spending time on YouTube, cool. But let's build a fucking foundational life that's built on health and happiness and, becoming the best person you can be, which we know as fitness professional guys, you learn more about your psychology and you have more wins and more learnings from being a fit and active person than you do from anything else in life. It's why a lot of athletes are so good at business, because they've done a lot of those tough things and they're so mentally strong and resilient, right? Because they've been through a lot of hardship as athletes go through. Then you've got your 1% club, which is that $5,000 package, and you're going to move 130 of those a year. It's really important that you're targeting the right market, which is going to be that 40 to 50 plus, right? And it's going to be lifestyle based, nutrition based, being the father, the grandparent, the person that they want to be. It's going to be extremely transformational, but more focused on mindset rather than the tactics. Then as well, guys, you're going to add a component on where you're going to aim for 50 clients paying you $69 a week, which is going to be your online training. It's going to give you about another $179K a year. Now that's going to be your $1.3 million business. And where other revenue streams and things I didn't account for this are going to come in is obviously your Myzone sales. And you don't make massive amounts of money of this, but you are going to make sure it's profitable where you're selling your belts at a markup. You've also got supplements. Okay. When you start to, push that within your clubs, there'll be like some type of, health and performance side of things. You've also got your Inbody scans as well. Okay. So we recommend everyone will be doing Inbody scans. They'll be tracking themselves weekly or fortnightly. Very basic package, guys, $199. You sell 150 of those a year. It's about another 30K, just a little bit under, right? And with your repayments, it's going to become profit, which is absolutely amazing for any business. This business is going to be so fucking profitable if anyone pulls it off. I would love to be involved in the journey if you want to go all in. And then the last one that I didn't account, guys, is obviously your Lbe sales. So, initial 6 week, that's the initial 6 week trial for like $600 to get them started and things like that. That wasn't included in the revenue, but obviously you'll be moving a fair few of those throughout our each and every single month and each and every single year to grow the business. And then you've got your trial sales on PT and things like that as well. So guys, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of perspective, right? And you'll see here just from, the 15 minutes that we've spent together is the model is very clear. Okay. And what you need to take away from this, because you might be like, hey, I picked up a couple of good things or that model isn't for me. But the question I'm going to ask you is how clear are you on your model? How clear are you on what you're selling, how much you're selling it, how many people need to buy it for you to reach your goals in life, for you to be happy financially, for you to help as many people as you want, right? And if you take anything away from the time that we've spent together today, I want you to be incredibly clear with who you help and what services and packages you have within your dream fitness model, because there's a lot of fitness models that work. This is my dream model, right? And hopefully I've imparted a bit of knowledge to kind of fire you up to have that 7-figure gym, right? But if not, I want you to find what is your dream model. Is it semi-private training? Is it small group like personal training? You might have semi-private 1-on-6 or small group where everything's partner training, or you might have a gym, access aspect to your business. But you need to be incredibly clear on that so you can wake up every single day, you know exactly where you're going in life and you know what the end destination is. And then once we have that end destination, guys, all we have to do together is fulfill our daily habits that are going to get us to that, our weekly KPIs and metrics. And then over a 12 to 18 month period, you'll be able to have this gym absolutely humming, working exactly where you want it to. But you have to have that model all mapped out first, because if you don't know where you're going, you're obviously never going to get there, or you might find a year down the path that you've been traveling in the wrong direction for the last year, and that's time that you don't get back. Guys, I really appreciate you guys for those who are watching along or listening. If you ever have any questions, please reach out to me anytime. Probably the best place to contact me would be on Instagram, Jimmy_Pomponio. If you got some value, send me a message over there. Really love to chat and connect with you guys. I hope everyone has a really amazing day.